recording. This is probably sometime on their trek back. And probably a lot closer to this room, just because the events happening.
Like, how close are we talking?
After Black Transform, that's for sure.
Okay.
And that was fairly recent.
Yeah.
Because they all kind of felt that little tug. That was like a room or two ago. Not even, it was like a room or two ago. Technically. Well, not technically, but you know what I mean.
It was recently, yeah. But what's also fun is then if it was after that, that was around the time Hana had his conversation with Rai, so it's gonna be after that.
Yeah, it will. Do you want it to be after Rai or before Rai?
No, I think after Rai's fun.
Because then because I'm sure you would have had something different to say to Rai if you had conversed with Lorne beforehand. Also. Yeah, that works. So, it will be Lorne that initiates. And she does so with a little ping and a little Lorne emote that I'm sure she uses sometimes to say hi.
I just imagine the literal Lorne emote in the hub.
Right. Who would have?
So is it through text?
Yeah.
He sends one of those basic like waving emojis after a bit.
She sends a waving back with a voice.
Then he'll call.
Hello.
Hello, child.
How are you?
Well, just peachy. I like the scenery. It's so refreshing.
You are being sarcastic.
I am.
What are your actual thoughts?
Truthfully?
Yes.
I'm tired. I have a annoying itch, and I'm much more composed than I thought I would be.
You're itching too?
It's not severe,
Hmm.
but yes.
What do you mean by not as what was the word you used?
Taken.
Yes.
Stirred.
Rattled.
At unease. Rattled. That also works.
What do you mean by
that? Well, given everything we just seen, are you not rattled?
I am. In my own way.
So, the assumption, I think, would be that everyone would be at least a little stirred around, rattled, afraid,
And
shocked.
you are not.
No, I'm not. I feel fine.
What is your thought as to this?
Truthfully, I haven't felt stressed. Well, I have felt stressed, but the there hasn't been panic since we passed through that garden. You remember the one with the plants?
They were like plants, yes.
That ecosystem was so unique, so well managed and self-sustaining. I guess it just clicked in my head that this is its own thriving ecosystem, this place.
I'm rolling empathy here. Buddy, Hano, pal,
What you looking for?
this is just his Hana-ness, because she knows he loves ecosystems and plants and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there's something else on top of it.
I would say you can pick up majority of this as his own Hana-ness.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a sort of, I think you could probably gather, Hana-ness or not, usually his fight or flight, and by that we mean flight, or freeze, usually trumps his fascination. By usually I mean almost always. If he's looking at a flower and someone kicks in the door, he screams and flinches. But it seemed like that natural fear reaction is so dulled right now. So I think she would be able to pick up on that. Knowing Hana for the amount of time she's known him, he should be more shaken than he is. And it's not just I'm managing well enough.
Okay.
I don't know if it could be Trump, like, I don't know if it's up to her whether she chalks it up to he might be losing it a little bit, or the infection, or something else. Because keep in mind, Hana also did earlier go on a tirade about the doctors and having a revelation fucking come to Jesus flashback to someone else's memory moment. So, and there's no proof that was real.
Right. I do admit your natural continence is generally leaning towards self-preservation.
It still is.
Though you are more calm now.
Yes. As I said, that's just what I noticed. Clear-headed.
Remind me. When the creature had roared, how had you felt?
What did it sound like to you?
Trying to remember, it was a while ago. Let's see if I had any notes down for it.
It was like a monstrous roar.
Yeah, it was a monstrous roar, yeah, but let's see if she actually had any notably different reaction. I know she resisted it, so it wasn't too much of a problem for her. Just gotta remember where my notes are. Okay, these are notes. Well, those aren't very useful notes. Got written down like some of the writings that were on like the statue and stuff. It looks like I didn't write anything down from how she actually felt. She thought I did.
From my understanding, it roared and people's bodies writhed.
think so, yeah. It wasn't so much... Let me think. Gosh, I don't remember. I don't remember how physical her reaction was. We'll bullshit it, and if it was different, then it was different. We'll retcon, minor. The part of me that itches for a moment felt like something other than myself. And the roar was, well, it was still a roar, but there was definitely an effect.
That's where we differ.
What was your experience?
It wasn't a roar for me. Lauren, I I understood it.
It spoke to you?
Not just to me. It spoke to everything that could hear it. It was a call to action. It was a call to defense. Of the territory, I presume, or the area. It... like an ant. How they have ways of alerting the rest that there's a disturbance, a threat.
Pheromones?
Maybe. In my head, I understood what it was indicating, and it wanted violence.
We did see some of that violence, of course.
Yes.
We saw what it stirred, but we also saw what happened to Black.
Like it called to the infection inside of us.
Yes.
And in turn, the infection responded. It responded to the call call to arms. It's all connected. Everything.
I do not like the idea that I would be turned against my flock.
I don't like it either.
I am considering a course of action.
Of course.
Yes. Rye will be cross.
What sort of course?
That when we return to the Rossi, that I will not board.
What? Like you won't go on the ship?
I am infected, Anna.
You're doomed if you stay outside.
I wouldn't stay far.
That doesn't matter. We've seen all the threats that lurk in the shadows just outside of the ship. That entire hangar is crawling with infected.
It was, and then it was quiet.
Yes, but if you're out there, it won't be quiet. They could come across you. There's not a wall between you and them, Lauren. It's not safe.
I could hide.
And what if they find you?
A bridge to cross when we get there.
There isn't a bridge to cross when we get there.
Anna, what would happen if we were aboard the Rossi, and another creature came out to the hangar and roared.
I don't think another creature like that. There can't be many like that.
But
That was the first one we saw.
there are clearly more than one.
So if it roared again,
What would happen if we were inside the Rossi?
worst case scenario, we turn. Maybe.
There are more of us that are infected now than there were before.
Are you saying we should all stay outside?
I don't know.
Bry's trying to find something to help.
I understand. However, I am also aware that we will not be spending much time in or around the Rossi, as I do believe we are considering our options to pursue the potential cure. Am I not correct?
I don't know. I don't know the extent of whatever plan is happening there. To be frank with you, when we were around Agent it's Swaley, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's Swaley. Insert her name here. Agent Shrail. I wasn't involving myself very deeply.
Regardless, I am not comfortable jeopardizing those aboard the Rossi. I saw when that one person turned in the room. We are fortunate that Rye was ready, and that she is as capable as she is. What if multiple people turned at once?
What if you stayed outside, you come across trouble, people come out to help you? What then?
I said I would not stray far.
That doesn't matter. We still have to open the hangar doors. We still have to expose the interior to potential. It's still the same sort of risks. The quarantine wing was made to be sealable.
Are you referring to our current party?
What do you mean?
People coming by.
People coming to help. That doesn't just refer to our current party. If you're outside the ship and you fall into danger, they're not just going to leave you. Someone's going to try and come and help you, as they should. I believe in your ability to hide very well, Lauren. You're the best of us when it comes to nooks and crannies. But these things like to hide there too.
I will consider your words, but know that I am not swayed.
I understand why you're doing it. It is inevitably your choice what you want to do, and part of me agrees with the sentiment. But it's also scary. That idea. The walls of the Rossi are the only thing that feels like we can go to be protected.
I do not fear for my life, Anna. I fear for my flocks.
I don't know how you cannot fear for your own life.
Because I know where I will go.
You'll need to talk to Gunn about it.
So I shall.
I don't know what she'll say. I brought up the matter of my situation to her. She seems insistent on finding a solution.
Yes, she should be. I'm glad she is as determined as she is. With the information that we have on hand, I have faith that she will. But I will not let blind optimism, or rather, I will not optimism itself blind me to situations that may occur. Hey, Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Bop. Oh, it's just a 1.
I will roll a cool.
A cool?
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Oh, yeah, basically.
Is it just too cool, and it's a cool something else, right?
Well, I roll intimidation,
Intimidation?
interrogation and, like attention or whatever. So if you want to do like cool plus, I don't know, but something else, I don't know.
I failed.
Okay.
You can get that he is hesitant, he's contemplative, worried, and he's really torn. I'll give you, because Lauren knows him well enough, both about your situation and being the egotistical bastard he is, about his in application to this as well, about the conversation. Would you stay out there alone?
If I must. company would be nice. Does he get the implication?
He does. I need a lab. There's a project I need to complete before.
Would you be able to find a way to work in concert with Harkin?
Maybe. He's... I don't know if his understanding of technologies is advanced, but it's not acute to what I need. I might be able to relay what I need him to do, but I don't necessarily know what I need to do yet. I need to prototype something. I need to find a way to detect something that's undetectable. The ferrymen are here somewhere, and we have no way of knowing where. We need a sensor that can pick them up.
Do we not have one?
There's nothing strong enough to pick up their cloaking
Did our
right
ship
now.
not?
Only when we let them. Or only when they let us.
Because I do recall much money spent on a device for the ship.
That device, yes.
Not
But we
good with
need...
them, huh?
We can't have the ship with us all the time if we're wandering these halls. The cloaking's on their individual person as well.
They are within the halls.
I think they're what shot down the Kosak.
No, I understand that form of logic. But do you believe that they are aboard the drop itself, or more of just occupying the hangar space?
Gunn thinks that this place is a holy relic to them. I don't know why. She holds the information she has gathered from her time with them pretty close to her chest. But she seems certain.
They covered the base violence.
What did Lorne say?
So perhaps they covet the base violence.
Perhaps. Perhaps there's more to it. There's so much to this place that's a puzzle waiting to be connected together.
Would you like to hear them?
Yes.
They are mere conjectures. It is pertaining to the infection.
Go ahead.
And due to the nature of the space around us itself. Since there are elements here that seem to share a kind of characteristic with shock space, in a sense. I do not fully understand the nature of the infections. I know there are 2 of them. I read the logs. And I have a thought that maybe it is an amalgamation of what belongs in this place and what belongs in shock space. That being that perhaps an entity from beyond has been either beckoned here or brought here. And perhaps
Gosh.
that is why the nature of this virus is so variable, and yet, at least in my mind's eye, it is consistent with the thing that ate us for a month.
I do not know if I agree. It's an interesting thought. And we know there are elements of rock space here. The spires, there's at least pieces of the spires here. In the paint and the chips on the walls and the drawings. This place is deeply ingrained with shock space. But our virus, I don't think is. I think it's a creation of Terra. And they made a bioweapon stronger than they can control. Because the attributes of some of the world's worst pests, such as rippers, are descendant to this one virus, it seems. Like this is the virus to rule all terrifying, monstrous viruses. Jack was telling me that what was his name? Sparks, the one who the statue was of. His homeland had creatures that were also monstrous.
Do you think ships are destroyed so that the virus is not allowed to escape?
To contain it?
Yes.
I think ships are destroyed so that knowledge of whatever is here, the virus, shock space and entities, maybe even the ferrymen, never escapes.
Viruses are a sort of knowledge.
It is a very powerful weapon. A weapon that, if one could get control of it, imagine the damage they could do to an entire solar system. Exactly. Maybe this drop was abandoned for a reason.
Do you think other drops have the same issue?
I think so. I didn't used to, but the more I think about it, whenever a drop is discovered, it's never a good thing. Something always goes wrong. Some knowledge just shouldn't be held. And much of old Terra is beyond our ability to comprehend or control.
What does it have to do with old Terra?
All drops are created by Terra.
Oh.
They were made originally during the Great War, when it was the Empire versus the Coalition. They were known to be research sites. There were many known to exist, but at least 17 were found and destroyed by Coalition. The most recent one before this one had been found 100 years ago, drop 121, which implies that there are 121 at least drops out there, all dedicated to a different research, a different science. The last one I was found was AIs. It's the reason why they're banned. They tried to...
is fast.
He nods. What the others were about, I don't know. I know Drop 101 was a death trap. Drop 17 is completely redacted. Now here we are, Drop 47. And it's just as awful as what we heard of others. You have to think, if Terra wanted to win that war so badly, they dedicated these sites to figure out strategies that would completely change the game. A virus, I think, falls into that category. Maybe they lost control of it because of how close and how thin the veil is here between shock space and here, Styx. Maybe it just... This is my own conjecture. Based on yours, maybe instead of it creating the monsters, it's the reasons that made these creatures be able to run free.
Well, the virus itself may be human-made, that they are influenced by the space.
Possible. Or at the very least, the Terrans who worked here were influenced and made a mistake, and it all fell apart.
Influenced by dreams.
Fell apart at the seams. Shock madness is real. We're seeing it. You saw Finn.
Apparently he was not the only one that saw figures.
Who else did?
Right? Like, I thought Mindy also said they saw figures.
Mindy might have.
Someone else.
It might have been Mindy.
I could have sworn it wasn't just Finn. I thought there were other people too.
Finn was the one that had a breakdown, though.
That's true.
Mindy was seeing the stickers that weren't there.
Yes.
Or were covered by dirt.
Lorne has a sticker. She has it on her right now.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't actually see it as a sparkling thing, though. She just has it because...
Dirty old sticker,
yeah. She picked it up and said, "Hey, Finn." Finn saw it as sparkly, and she didn't. I find it interesting that these ghosts, or however they can be referred to as, that they are not only visions, but that they are somehow able to influence physical space. Like locking us in, or breaking a pipe.
It's concerning.
Is it not similar to some shock experiences?
From my understanding, what is in shock can seem real, but it's not. It's real when you're in shock. Once you come out of it, you're doing it. You're the one acting on those impulses.
Like what you believe.
Yes. I think it's all very cerebral. I don't disbelieve that shock can have an effect. I believe it's real. You know I believe that. I was in there far too long to ever doubt that. We have any proof that, because we didn't see the thing break ourselves, right?
I don't believe so. I think it was just Finn. However, the door did just close randomly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone had eyeballs on it other than Finn.
I don't think so.
However, I'm trying to think of other physical things that happened. Unrelated to drop shock shit. I do recall, I don't think Lorne knows about this, but, for Hana at least, what was it? Was it Hana or Finn's? The black, no, it was Hana's, because,
Anna was never told about the footprints.
oh, we weren't told about the footprints. Oh, shit! That would have been so good!
He was never told.
Damn, that would have changed his worldview.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I don't think Lorne knows about them.
Usually.
She's just got her own conjectures from her own experience.
Mm-hmm. Usually these entities can't touch us, but they can make us do things. None of us saw that pipe get broken. There's a chance Finn did it. And that doesn't say he's mad. I mean, he is losing himself. But it's also shock. It can seem so real. And it feels real. And you react to it like it is.
The stars. And she points to her little rusted flake of one.
They're seeing something that was already placed there.
They did point to directions, though.
They do.
And it is interesting that they did see them in all the muck and mire.
Shock space is the place where the dead go. At least briefly. So, going off of that thought, religion aside, though that's a sidebar. I have my own thoughts about an infinitology in relation to shock space. It's possible that a soul or something, a wisp left of someone is still within shock space. Or their essence or something. And because the veil is so thin, they can... It's still there. It's still shining. We can see it. Does that make sense?
I told you of my experience, did I not?
You did.
I do believe it. As I do believe the old captain, prior to our captain, had spoken to me. And I am of belief that this did occur, and I do believe it was him.
I don't doubt it.
All of him? Maybe not. Maybe it was a fragment. But the fact that we spoke, and the fact the things I saw during my time, in that space, and then afterwards researching. These are things I did not know prior, and could not know without research.
That's because it's knowledge they've imparted to you.
Yes.
I think they can impart knowledge, and I think they can impart ideas, and I think those ideas can become something through physical action. At least that's how it usually works, from my experience. Whatever found me, whatever made me hurt myself, made it seem real.
Out of character, has Hana told Lorne about his blackenedness that he can't go into shock? I think he did, but...
Yeah, he did, because he asked you to go into shock for him, and you said you can't.
Okay. What about the reason why you cannot go into shock space anymore? Is that not physical in a sense?
It is. But it can't grow without going back into shock space.
There's a pause. Is this place not similar to shock?
His step falters. I didn't think of that.
Perhaps something to tackle afterwards. There's nothing we can do now.
Maybe it is a good idea if I stay outside the ship.
How are you feeling, Hana?
Try and read me, weather boy.
3.
Well, I'll show you a counter. Hiya! Harrowed. It's not panicking, but he is. The weight of what you just said to him is heavy. He hadn't considered that possibility.
I apologize for giving you something else to worry about.
No, it's a fair concern. I should think about that.
Rye knows, right?
Yes.
Do you think she's thought about it?
No, I don't think she has. She has her hands full with everything else. I think she's too busy trying to figure out
She does.
how to keep us walking.
And that
Hasn't.
is the more pressing, for certain.
Yeah.
Perhaps as we near the Rossi, we will speak to Rye on another channel and confer.
I think if you would allow me, Lauren, I would like to not introduce this to her plate right now. Because even if it is true, if it is a possibility, there's nothing she can do about it.
Yes.
But there's no point in worrying her.
Very well.
I also will request, if you can help it, try not to make physical contact with me. The arm specifically. Just in case.
I've been making efforts to not contact with anyone this entire duration. But I will respect your request anyways.
Thank you.
Because, yeah, this whole time she's been shying away. I do recall that at one point you had to make a roll because she shied away from Hana trying to touch Lorne.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind? Like he's quiet for a bit, and then as they continue on, would you mind saying a prayer, please, Lauren?
I shall do that. And she'll say one of the many that are in her repertoire.
Want to call there?
Yeah, we can call there. Yeah.